Breonna Taylor, I believe she was also um, a no knock, right?
Uh,
Yeah, she was part of the no knock that. Yeah. Shalom, Yahbashim Yashar Brakatha to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Athad, Bashim Yahshai to the sisters. Priest and officer with our one bar coming to you live. This is the ISUPK Syracuse law class. ISUPK Syracuse law class. If you got questions, go ahead and type them in. All right. So just checking to make sure that everything's running smoothly right now. I know that we were having some technical difficulties, but we seem to be running smooth right now. So Most High in Christ. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. There's always something. There's always something that we can get into, that we can go over, especially this day and age, this time period. Like if we paid attention to the news, there's a few topics that are, just if it doesn't have you questioning or wondering, if you don't realize that you're living in hell with everything that's happening right now, though, you're definitely asleep. If you don't realize that with the constant, the deaths, the shootings, the legislations, the laws that are being pushed and put in Congress, that are being put in place, if you don't realize that by now, we are living the curses according to the Bible. We're living the curses according to the scriptures. We just came out of what is it? January, celebrating Martin Luther King Day. All right. Are we going to take this month of Black History and start idolizing? And I'm not trying to say it in a negative sense though, but our brothers and sisters are dying, right? You can look at him, the brother who was shot down by them white people in Atlanta. We want to call that a victory, right? We want to call that a win, though, but they doing backdoor, they're doing deals, you know what I'm saying, with the prosecution. They're doing deals with the prosecution to make sure that the family gets no proceeds if a movie is made.
The fire.
Okay.
I was saying, put the fire up. It's like you.
Okay. That the family gets no proceeds, if a movie deal comes out of the mix or whatever. Right? Just because they got life in prison, where's the justice in that? 2020, right? 2020. Breonna Taylor was shot and killed. How did that happen? How did that occur? If you have been paying attention to the news, you should have some idea, you should have some sense of, what happened, right? Because today, it's not Breonna Taylor, you know what I'm saying? It is now, what's the brother's name? It's Amir Locke, right? Amir Locke. Amir Locke, you know what I'm saying, was shot and killed by the police. Minneapolis, by the way. This was January 10th. January 10th. So I'm looking at his article right now. It's a 17-year-old charged in homicide that prompted no-knock warrant. Amir Locke's killing by Minneapolis police. That's what we're reading. 17-year-old charged in homicide that prompted no-knock warrant. Amir Locke's killing by Minneapolis police. Article reads, it says, a 17-year-old was charged Tuesday with second-degree murder. Second-degree murder. This is a 17-year-old who is being charged with second-degree murder. But he's not the one, you know what I'm saying, who pulled the trigger. He's not the one that pulled the trigger. He's not the one that pulled the trigger, though, but they are charging him with second-degree murder. $17. It says a 17-year-old was charged Tuesday with second-degree murder and the shooting death of a man January 10th in St. Paul. The underlying case behind a no-knock warrant and pre-drawn Minneapolis police raid last week that killed the teen's cousin, Amir Locke. I mean, let me ask you this question, right? If you were to, like, what I don't understand, what I don't get, is how are we so-called professionals, right? The police, they're supposed to protect and serve. They get all types of information. They have all types of tools and resources. We will hear often, Fruitville, what was it, Fruitville Station? Like, Fruitville Station was, how many years ago was that? What, like almost 10 years ago? It's more than 10 years ago. That was, what, 13 years ago, 2009. Oscar Grant was killed and put to death in 2009 because a police officer pulled for his gun instead of his taser. right? Oscar Grant in 2009. Who else? I believe it's Walter Wallace Jr. Walter Wallace Jr., right? The brother that was shot and killed in Philadelphia. What did he think? He thought he had his taser. No, he didn't think he had his taser. He failed to grab the taser. Right? There's what was the excuse in that case?
Salaki.
Go.
Felt a lethal threat.
He felt a lethal threat, right? When he could have what? Pulled his taser. Oh, wait, what was the excuse? They don't have adequate, you know what I'm saying, police equipment to put the taser. You know what I'm saying? I'm not siding with Syracuse police. Please do not get me wrong here. But I seen recently police officers, the guns on the hip, the tasers on the breastplate. So if they want, you know what I'm saying, they're grabbing you can't mistake, you know what I'm saying, grabbing the gun. The gun's on the hip, the tasers, you know what I'm saying, on the breastplate. I'm not trying to make excuse, cop out, or whatever. I mean, how frequently, you know what I'm saying, is that lethal threat there? You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't it make sense to have the non-lethal at the ready? Would it make sense to pull the taser? I'm ready to pull my taser. Does that make sense? I don't know. The brother Walter Wallace Jr. was shot and killed. He had a knife versus a gun. Don't we hear stuff all the time about you bring a knife to a gunfight? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna win every time? Yo, a taser. What's the worst thing that happened? You gotta tase him twice. He falls on the knife that he has in his hand, and he kills himself. Hey, he pulled out the taser and tased him. Wait, don't y'all have mace? You have mace, don't you? Pepper spray? You could have used any type of non-lethal alternative other than pulling out, you know what I'm saying, your gun. But that didn't happen. So here we are again, once again, 2022, where another man is being put to death, right? And let's read here. It said, Mackay C. Speed, Minneapolis, was charged in a juvenile petition filed in Ramsey Court with 2 counts of second-degree murder. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the age limit has changed, of course, though, where you disclose that information. But good night. You just took this juvenile. In some cases, I even seen it here. The judge had the opportunity here in Syracuse to avoid trialing a young sister from Corcoran High School as an adult. He had the ability to do it. The victim itself, right? The victim who was stabbed by the, assailant, pleaded for leniency. Pleaded, you know what I'm saying, to allow this to be sealed, and not sustain, her record permanently. After she has gone, rehab, as she has gone, therapy, as she's done all types of programs. She's shown all types of progress. You know what I'm saying? And she's shown remorse. The victim said, "Judge, please, you know what I'm saying, don't charge her, you know what I'm saying, with this. Don't make it, a permanent stain on her record. Allow it to be sealed." Because at the time of the incident, she was a juvenile. She was underage to be. She wasn't at the age to be charged as an adult. But when it went to sentencing and everything else, though, she became of that age, and therefore she was tried as an adult. Or at least she was charged as an adult. Of course, though, in this case, it would not be sealed. This is public record. Even in this case, let's just say this gets overturned at some point in time in the near future. You've already put out the news article. You already put out the news information saying what? The 17-year-old, whatever his name is in here, Makai C. Speed, you already put his name out in the public. He goes for a job interview, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be in the future, what happens? He's already labeled second-degree murder. You type in his name, it's going to come up, second-degree murder. Background check, second-degree murder. What type of future does he have based upon the way they already proceeded? The scripture says, the scriptures, it's like it. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. It says, who possessors slay them. Who possessors slay them. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are not living in a society in which that we are in rulership. How did we get here? We were taken from one place to another. Not willingly, but by force. Not of our own free will. We didn't get on boats and planes and just fly over, right? We didn't come over, on a joyous ride. We were taken and stolen from the land that we were in, brought to another land. Cut off from whatever resources, cut off from whatever we had. The scripture says, who possessors slay them. Breonna Taylor, I believe, did she not work, for the police? Breonna Taylor, was part of the police force to some degree, right?
I think she was in a program.
Okay. Okay, Sluggy. It says Taylor was a 26-year-old emergency room technician at 2 local hospitals. USA Today says that she was an emergency room technician. And I don't mean to sound callous. I don't mean to sound, it's unfortunate that that same profession that she was in, that field that she was in, was unable, to, save her. Unable to protect her. Right? Like, you got to understand, though, to get certain jobs, to get certain positions, you have to go through background checks. They have to do extensive, research. So, how is it that with all the research, with all the preparation that these professionals made before making this raid, they failed to realize that? Don't they do surveillance? Right? They do surveillance, don't they? They pull up, they do stakeouts, they watch, you know what I'm saying, your actions. How did you get led to this one in the first place? They may check out your social media. They'll watch what time you get up and leave out. They know what time you made a pot of coffee, right? They know all this type of information though, but yet you fail to find out the specific details of this right here. Oh wait, wasn't there a political push for her to sell her property, right? Listen. Y'all had some alternative agenda. At the end of the day, the Bible and the scripture tells us of these type of things. Zechariah 11:5, it says, who possessors slay them. We live in a society in which that we are seen as nothing more than cattle. We are looked on, you know what I'm saying, as people that are easily discarded. It started out, you know what I'm saying, with us being 3/5 of men, right? Or slightly, should I say less than 3/5 of a man? We were called savages. We were looked at as beasts. Our political leaders, was it not Joe Biden that called us thugs? Oh, that was definitely Hillary Clinton. These thugs. This is how they identify us and label us. And then they go and ask for our support. They don't beg for it. They demand, it's like they don't even necessarily ask, they demand the support. You ain't black if you don't vote for me. They demand us, you know what I'm saying, to prove, you know what I'm saying, our blackness, you know what I'm saying, according to their political game. Well, what else you got to lose? You done tried everybody else, vote for Trump, right? They have failed you. Let me tell you one place, you know what I'm saying, that you haven't tried. That is the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, man. You haven't come in here and sat down in these seats and asked questions. You haven't sat down, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, attempted to shed yourself of all the brainwashing that has occurred. And I mean like you have been fed a story. You have been fed all types of misleading information, of course, though, to let you believe that the Jews aren't black, that you are the scum of the earth, that you are bottom feeders, that you require approval by your oppressors, that you require the help, aid, and assistance of those who oppress you. That is what we have been fed. That is what we have been led to believe. Black people can't survive without white people. Why can't we all just get along? Why must we separate? Well, I mean, maybe we should ask Breonna Taylor that. Maybe we should ask Oscar Grant that. Maybe we should ask Tamir Rice that. Maybe we should continue to asking our dead ancestors, our forefathers, our brothers, our sisters. If King could speak today, do you think he would still say, free at last? You think he would still give that same speech? I don't know. I'll tell you this much, though. They can't say a damn thing. They can't open up their mouths and warn their brothers and sisters of the atrocities, you know what I'm saying, that lie and wait for them. The rich man, you know what I'm saying, tried to warn his brothers after he was gone. It's too late. It's too late to go and warn. You should have done it, you know what I'm saying, while it was day. You should have done it while you were here on earth. You should have done it during the days of your youth. You're now old, you're now decrepit, you're now, you know what I'm saying, 1 foot in the grave, you're now deceased, and now you want to I gotta warn my people. Too late now. Dead man tell no tales. Salaki, and I don't mean that, you know what I'm saying, to be, you know, in any type of offense, you know, to, you know, the brother, you know what I'm saying, in his passing, of course. Or the sisters, you know what I'm saying, in her passing. Like, and it's not their passing, it's their execution. They were murdered and put to death. The Bible warned us against these things, but we didn't give a damn about it. We were too busy out here, you know, trying to party and, you know what I'm saying, and have fun. Living our best life. Living our own truth. Those were the things that we were focused on, and we still are. Everybody went all quiet, you know what I'm saying, after Breonna Taylor, you know, a few months later. All right. What was that, lasted 3 months? Maybe 4 months of marching and protest? Then what happened? Was it Breonna Taylor then George Floyd? Or was it George Floyd then? I think it was George Floyd then Breonna Taylor. Because it was around the same time, though.
Breonna Taylor was before.
It was first? Nah. Breonna Taylor, then George Floyd. Y'all forgot about John Neville, right? That was in South Carolina. Oh, y'all ain't bring that out? Y'all ain't mention that? It's amazing, you know what I'm saying? The scripture tells us, you know what I'm saying, how we are as a people. Black Lives Matter, y'all are doing an amazing job. Let's give it up for Black Lives Matter, guys. You know what I'm saying? They got roused up, you know what I'm saying, for a quick moment and then went to sleep. Oh, Genesis 49, verse 9? Sounds like black people. When you say, you know what I'm saying, we aren't the 12 tribes of Israel, how do you know? Have you sat down in these seats and actually listen to what the priests and prophets are bringing out according to the scriptures? We're not in here doing stuff, you know what I'm saying, to line our pockets. We require meager accommodations. Oftentimes, you know what I'm saying, you know, giving up whatever we have, you know, so that our brothers and sisters can live. Our brothers and sisters are out here suffering and dying. And we still trying to join ourselves to our oppressors. We're still trying to join ourselves when the scriptures tells us not to do this. Precept. Zechariah 11 and 5. Who possessors slay them. And here's the catch. It says, and hold themselves not guilty. What's this article we're reading right here? It says what? Oh, y'all done changed this. That ain't that something? USA. They done changed the whole article. Look at that. Give me 1 second. 17-year-old charged in homicide that prompted no-knock warrant. I ain't hear about any police being, you know, charged. I ain't hear a single word about that. But a 17-year-old was charged with second-degree murder. Why was he charged? Let's see. Mekasi Speed of Minneapolis was charged in a juvenile petition filed in Ramsey County with 2 counts of second-degree murder in the death of Otis R. Elder. County prosecutors want to certify Speed to be tried as an adult. The charging documents reveal that Speed was living in a different unit of the Bolero Flats apartment homes at 1117 South Marquette Ave in downtown Minneapolis, but had access to the apartment where police barged in February 2nd and shot the 22-year-old Locke. So apparently, this 17-year-old, you know what I'm saying, Speed, supposedly killed Otis R. Elder, or was involved in the death of Otis R. Elder, 38-year-old. But because he had access to his cousin's residence, his cousin died for it. His cousin was put to death for it. It says, where police barged in February 2nd and shot the 22-year-old Locke, who was seen with a gun in his hand as he stirred from under a blanket. I mean, I don't know. How many people do you know that sleeps with a gun in their hand? What reason would you have? Hey, listen. It doesn't it? Cap, how many years was it ago? Was it about 3 years ago? Let's see.
What now?
Syracuse, Father's Day shooting.
About 4 or 5 years.
No. No. 2000, that was 2016?
Yeah, it was about 4 or 5 years ago. 6 years ago.
Was it really that long ago? Good night. That was it. 2016, yeah? Daughter of man shot by Syracuse police during 2016 Father's Day melee sues. So she finally went to sue. But it was 2016 where this brother was shot and killed at the Syracuse near West Side. And you know what they did? They started to bring out every single piece of negative history that he ever had. Every bit of negative history that existed. If he was arrested, he was arrested, you know what I'm saying? That ridiculous, right? Hey, Shalom, I see y'all, Akim. Syracuse, Albany and Rochester, I see y'all. If y'all got any questions, go ahead and type in any questions, of course. Right now we are in Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Verse 5. We're going over, you know what I'm saying, this murder, you know what I'm saying, that has happened. I see you also, you know what I'm saying, what is it, Roberts? Slide me. I see you, Robert, you know what I'm saying, out in Buffalo. Most High in Christ. Shalom. If you got questions, go ahead and type it in, all right? But we're going over, you know what I'm saying, the murder, you know what I'm saying, of the brother in Minneapolis. I'm just revisiting, you know what I'm saying, a few cases, of course, though, in which that, it's just, what do the police do? They pull out the track record and history of criminals, right? Or people that they are persecuting or they're pursuing. Well, he was a known gangster. He's affiliated with, you know, the 10th or the Bricks or the East Side or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's affiliated with such people. He was associated with, you know, known gangbangers. They're quick to pull these things. They're quick to call these things out. But wait, why don't we pull the track record, you know what I'm saying, of the police? Why don't we pull the track record, you know what I'm saying, of the court system? I mean, why are we doing education videos about school to prison pipeline? Why is it? Are we just making these things up? Why are articles being brought out about judges being paid to incarcerate young brothers? If we are talking about a justice system, the one thing that it should show is that there is no justice for our brothers and sisters, not in this society. The precept is forewarning us of what's going on. It happened then, and it's happening now again. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5, it says, who possessors slay them, and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord. Blessed be the Lord. Ain't that something, huh? Our brothers and sisters are jammed up. We all can say by the time we were 10 years old, we got family members, cousins. We can probably all say, yeah, we got a loved one that was killed. We got a family friend member, you know what I'm saying, that was put to death. I bring it out, you know what I'm saying, you know, multiple times throughout the years. Right here in Syracuse, Johnny Cammage, man. Wait, Slacky, wasn't he in Philly? No, he was in near DC. Pittsburgh. Slacky, he was in Pittsburgh, leaving his cousin's crib.
Ray Sills.
You know what I'm saying? He was driving his vehicle. Ray Sills, you know what I'm saying, was his cousin. That was his cousin. Johnny Cammage, you know what I'm saying, was working, I think he had two degrees? 2 degrees? I don't recall if it was 95, 96, might have been closer to 93.
It was like 93, 94.
I remember, you know what I'm saying, coming into school. I recall it as if it happened just a few days ago. Like a week ago. I recall, you know what I'm saying, seeing, you know, the pain and suffering that the family was going through. Why? Because that's my peoples. Those are my peoples. That's my community. As a community, we gathered together, of course. And of course, you know what we did? We marched, we protested. And Most High in Christ, you know what I'm saying, for those who help to instill the self-pride in ourselves. Although it may have been misguided, Most High in Christ, they still instilled, you know, we are a great people. Even if they was telling it the wrong way. Oh, Africa this. They were still, you know, pushing and promoting, you know what I'm saying, ourselves as something more. They would bring out, you know, the different poets. They would bring out Malcolm X. I remember, you know what I'm saying, there was a sister named Miss Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had a thing for Miss Jackson, though. Miss Jackson was something. But everybody had his thing for Miss Jackson. She would, as we would stay after school for the programs, she would sit down and she would read to us, you know, whether it was a poem by Maya Angelou, whether we went over the Malcolm X story, whether we went over John Henry, whatever it may be, Mr. D was right there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had brothers and sisters that we could look up to. And you know, one of the peoples was Johnny Cammage. I believe it was his grandmother, who also worked at that school as well. She was one of the, I don't want to say crossing guards though, but she was somewhere in the front. So as you came in, you know, you had to see Mrs. Cammage. So we had that to look up to, at least at that point in time. Our principal was black. I believe the vice principal, he was an Ephraimite, Puerto Rican brother. I can't recall. I think he's not like the superintendent of school. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying, we had, you know, that influence. And we also had some Uncle Toms that was in there too. But you know, we were able to tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? When we had Miss Jackson, Mr. D, you know what I'm saying, and Mrs. Gamage, even Mrs. Brooks, you know what I'm saying? We had all of them who we could easily relate to. And then I forget what Uncle Tom name is. We just gonna leave it like that, Uncle Tom. Who would easily sell us out. Who would easily, you know what I'm saying, you know, turn us over, you know what I'm saying, to the oppressor. Who would easily turn us over, you know what I'm saying, to those who were, you know, in the position of leadership and rulership, though not of our community, though. When I say not those of our community that was leaders, but those that were passing the laws, passing judgment, that was labeling us as young thugs, that led to the shooting death of Johnny Gamage, who was highly educated. All because he was driving his cousin's vehicle. I didn't know that was a crime. And here we are again, you know what I'm saying, where his brother was shot and killed because somebody didn't do their job. Somebody didn't do the due diligence. I mean, you break into somebody's house, though, what do you expect? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you expect? You got all types of surveillance camera. If you got a no knock, you know what I'm saying, yo, you better come, you know, with all of the gadgets and everything else, so to make sure, you know what I'm saying, there is no deaths. There's no fatalities in that process. I mean, the ISUPK, you know what I'm saying, is exactly that. There have been different instances when we would have been justified. But of course, you know, we show compassion. We show, you know what I'm saying, our brothers and sisters, you know, mercy. And even though, you know what I'm saying, there is those that are not of us, there are those that are not of us, we show true leadership. Because we don't get off, you know what I'm saying, by putting people to death. We don't get off, you know what I'm saying, you know, by shooting and killing people. You understand? Like, that makes no sense whatsoever. But here you go. Makai C. Speed, he's associated with his 22-year-old cousin who was shot and killed from a no-knock warrant. Let's keep reading this. It said, Minneapolis, but had access to the apartment. Makai Speed had access to the apartment, but had access to the apartment where police barged in February 2nd and shot the 22-year-old Locke, who was seen with a gun. Right? He was seen with a gun in his hand as he stirred from under a blanket. Speed appeared via Zoom from the County Juvenile Detention Center in St. Paul for his initial court appearance. His mother, Cheryl Locke, and a few relatives sat in front of defense attorney Stephen Meshenberg's office, but the family has yet to decide on legal representation. All right, let's get down to this right here. I want more time to talk to my family and my attorney, said Speed, who fidgeted in his chair for the most of the hearing. District Judge Stephen Smith ordered Speed to remain in custody and scheduled another hearing for February 15th. That's going to be this Tuesday, right? Speed's arrest marked the latest development in a case that has revived intense debate about the use of no-knock warrants, which critics says unnecessarily escalates police encounters. I mean, if you are in your premises, You know what I'm saying? Like, does that? I'm in my private property. If I'm paying rent, it doesn't matter. This is my place of dwelling. It's going to be like what's the what is it? The Running Man? I think it's it's going to be like the Running Man. Yeah, Blade Runner, Running Man, Blade Runner. I think that's what they showed back in, where you have cameras outside of everybody's place. You have cameras to access, like you have to put your hand up and bioscan. You got to scan to get access. Now they have a record of details. This was stuff done back in the 80s, the early 90s, the remakes in the 20s, 2020 or something like that. These were things back then. But here they are. What are they saying? They're revisiting, you know what I'm saying, the way to approach no-knock warrants. And it escalates police encounters for no reasons. I mean, imagine pumping into that apartment, that house, whatever, a sleeping whatever. You know what I'm saying, concoction. They got sleeping gas, whatever they do. Sleeping gas. I mean, a flashbang, you know what I'm saying, would disorient, of course. Right? A flashbang would disorient. There you go. Flashbang, boom. Elderly couple, one has a heart attack. Well, maybe we shouldn't do flashbangs. Flashbang, boom. It causes fire. Probably not a really good, idea to do that. But you put sleep in whatever, even when you enter into the premises, hey look, they knocked out. We pumped in the sleeping gas. The worst case scenario that you probably have is somebody's, inside the place they're cooking, and then suddenly they fall out, you know what I'm saying, they hurt themselves. I personally, I'd rather none of that happens. But if you had to, I think I would rather, I bumped myself upside the head versus, I got shot and killed because you intruded into my property. You know what I'm saying? Take me in peace. Put the cuffs on me, of course, though. Take me away in peace. God damn. I don't want to have to be concerned, that my son, my daughter, or, my wife, or a stray bullet comes flying through. Didn't that happen? A stray bullet? Oh, Breonna Taylor. I mean, they might not argue, but our brothers and sisters are dying and being put to death. And it's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous because Proverbs chapter 30. Wait, Slaggy. Can I get a breakdown on Proverbs 30, verse 11 through 14? Okay. All right. Take a look at that. All right. So-called black Hispanics and Native Americans, we are dying. We're being put to death. All right. So I see that you had a question, of course, though, to ask about that. Let's just finish this up real quick. Got some more things to get into, though, but it says, who possesses, slay them, and hold themselves not guilty, as they sell them, say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Verse 6. For I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord, but I will deliver the men every one into his neighbor's hand, and into the hand of his king, and they shall smite the land, and out of their hand will I not deliver them. That is horrible, ain't it? and I will feed the flock of the slaughter, even you, O poor of the flock. And I took unto me 2 staves, and I called the beauty and the other dance and fled the flock. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Americans, you know what I'm saying? Like, us being delivered into the hands, not of our brothers, not of our, you know what I'm saying? Like, we will just be delivered, you know what I'm saying, wherever the Most High see fit. And that comes from the fact that we are not keeping the law of the Most High. We're not. If the reasons why Amir Locke is dead right now is because this 17-year-old is actually involved in a homicide, what's the law say? What does the scripture say? Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not kill, right? Let's jump down here real quick. Speed's arrest marked the latest development in a case that arrives in intense debate about the use of no-lock warrants. Thousands of protesters have since taken to the streets, and some have walked out of school to demand justice for Locke and the immediate resignation of Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey and interim police chief Amelia Huffman. Hundreds rallied peacefully again Tuesday evening in downtown Minneapolis. The sequence of events began last month when officers answered to a 911 call in St. Paul, Hamlin, Midway neighborhood and found Elder in the street wounded in the back outside a music recording studio in the 500 block of North Pryor Avenue. He died about 30 minutes later at Regents Hospital. A witness who described himself as Elder's best friend said he heard the gunfire but did not know who would have shot him. There's a lot here. He does not know who would have shot him. He said Elder lived in Minneapolis with his young child and did not have a problem with anyone. A person speaking with Elder on the phone just before he was shot told police that it sounded like Elder was conducting a drug transaction on the phone. Isn't that what they always do? Elder was shot and killed, of course, though, and Elder obviously was doing some type of drug transaction. Oh, well, we're just reporting what we were told, right? That's what comes out of it. We're just reporting on what we were told. Elder is the 38-year-old, you know what I'm saying, that was shot and killed back in January 10th prior to the shooting death of Amir Locke. Amir Locke, you know what I'm saying, was shot and killed, I believe, February 2nd when they raided his home because of his 17-year-old cousin, quote-unquote, involvement in the death of this 38-year-old Elder. I forget what his last name is. It said it sounded like Elder was conducting a drug transaction and the phone call then abruptly ended. According to the charges against Speed and their investigation progress last week, St. Paul police filed standard applications for search warrants, affidavits, and 3 Borough Flats apartment. Detectives were forced to resubmit the request after the Minneapolis Police Department insisted on a no-knock entry. The MPD would not have agreed to execute the search in its jurisdiction otherwise. According to law enforcement source who spoke on the condition of anonymity. Am I reading this incorrectly? Am I missing this here? It says
the other law enforcement didn't want to do it.
God.
Yeah.
The law enforcement didn't want to do it, right?
The other law enforcement, like I don't know if it was St. Paul or Minneapolis, which one was which, but one city's police force said no, we're not going to do a no-knock warrant.
God.
And the other one went ahead and did it anyway in Salakia. The crazy thing is, that's the cousin's house.
Right.
That's not the house of the person you're looking for.
Right. Goddamn, I'm gonna get shot and killed. Like,
And even Salakia, when you hear these stories, you know that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, because all of the painting pictures so that they can give a particular image. What does a murdered man have to do with a drug sale on the phone?
thank you.
You can't just say, yo, he was talking on the phone,
Right.
or he was just murdered.
Right.
Why go into details of what was going on with him?
The justification.
Because everybody in America or on the planet has criminal justice except black people. You know what I'm saying? There is criminal justice. Everybody has a right to a trial, a right to a hearing, a right to select their attorney, a right to remain silent. Like, everybody has all of that. You can't be judged on anything until you go in front of the judge. Like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? You can't say anything about anybody until it's proven in a court of law.
Okay.
So even if the 17-year-old murdered somebody, he still doesn't deserve to be shot by the police. That's not their job.
Right.
Their job is not to execute.
Right.
I don't know if you got the clip there, but
Slacky, I don't think I have it in this one.
okay. But that is the brother there. That's sad.
You talking about this one right here?
I think that's the
Amir
man.
Locke? Yeah, this is the brother that was killed. This is the brother that was killed. Like, it's definitely something that is definitely heartbreaking, you know what I'm saying, to hear that, of course, though. It's like, god damn, man. And that was one of the things that I was just mentioning. I said, even though, Elder, you know what I'm saying, who was the 38-year-old, he was in a studio recording. Somebody that claimed to be his oldest elder, right? Oldest elder, 38. He was like in the studio recording. He ain't have no beef with nobody though. But somehow he was put to death, you know what I'm saying? They're justifying him being put to death because of it sounded like he was doing a drug, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. We don't know what the hell was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're talking about music. You're talking about a music artist right now. You know what I'm saying? Music artists talk about all types of stuff, right? Whether it's true or not. You feel me? Especially if he was just in the studio. You know, and that's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, I was bringing up, the brother that was shot here over on the west side. The brother, you know what I'm saying, Father's Day, soon as, what was it, less than 24 hours, they brought out his entire record. And they put it out there quick. Oh, we got to get on this quick. How? Well, we got to bring out how he was incarcerated. He's at a Father's Day cookout. God damn, black folks, you know what I'm saying, can't be, fathers. Like, we can't be, however old he was, you know what I'm saying, was at a Father's Day celebration, was shot and killed. And here's the thing about it, though, you know what I'm saying, and the water, you know what I'm saying, for even mentioning it, though, how they're painting the picture. You know what I'm saying? They're painting the picture and image, which goes back to Birth of a Nation. They painted a picture of us, of who we are, of, you know what I'm saying, how we conduct ourselves. You understand? The same thing they do to our sisters as well. They painted pictures of our sisters, you know what I'm saying, and how they are. I guarantee, you know what I'm saying, if we go back and look at certain things that Breonna Taylor, those, she did time theft.
Salakia.
Come.
They try to say we blame it because of her ex-boyfriend.
Right. Still. Affiliation.
Her ex-boyfriend was a criminal.
Right. So once again, painting a picture. Isn't this the same Louisiana?
Salakia, I just want to say this. But Edomite is not related to somebody who stormed the Capitol.
Yeah.
They are related to somebody that stormed that Capitol.
Yeah.
So maybe we held up on charges too then, I guess.
Hey, Salaki, without, getting into too much of the details, I hear it all the time. Well, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about the Capitol, I'm just talking about in general. I hear conversations of, you know what I'm saying, Edomites talking amongst themselves, and how, oh yeah, my cousin, is over here. My nephew is over here. I'll give him a call. You know what I'm saying? Oh, your daughter's trying to do what? I'll give her nephew my call. Give him a call. And if that's what she wants to do, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear these conversations all the time. It's like, God damn, why can't I have a plug like that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, yo, uncle, I need a job. Hey, uncle, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do this. Hey, auntie, you know what I'm saying? Like, God damn. Like, we don't have, you know, those type of connections, you know, in these type of positions, though. But, hey, our oppressor, you know what I'm saying, their nephews, their aunties, their uncles, you know what I'm saying, they're in those type of positions.
Right.
Hold on. Ahmaud Arbery, he had connections in the police force. Not Ahmaud Arbery, though. Even he's the brother that was put to death. What did they do? He has a record of being known, you know what I'm saying, involved with the police. Didn't they try to say that he was a crackhead or something like that? They try to, you know, make it seem like he was this crackhead. God damn. Speaking of crack, Biden finalized $30 crack pipes. Ain't that something? $30 crack pipes. Good night. You know what they do? They just set up the. We'll get into that a little bit later. We'll get into that a little bit later. So like, let me you know, finish this off. You know what I'm saying? So I can get to the brother question. He had a question on Proverbs 30, chapter 11, verses 11 through 14 or 15. I believe, you know, that's talking about Eve, of course. Let me see. Percy stacking up. Yeah, so here we go. You know what I'm saying? MPD would not agree. St. Paul police rarely executed no-knock warrants because they are considered high risk. The department has not served such a warrant since 2016. Spokesman C. Oh, now they're trying to say what? Oh, we don't do this because of the high risk. Like, we had to have a cause to do it. We had to have a reason to do it. It's in connection to a murder. Whether that brother had a gun or not. You know what I'm saying? A Mayor Locke, you know what I'm saying? Whether he had a gun or not, it doesn't matter. By the time we get done with this article, we'll probably find out that a mayor, you know, had all types of, you know, criminal records and everything else, though. He's been pulled over this time, you know, for DWI. He's been, you know, locked up, you know, for possessions or attempt to sell. But we wonder why Hillary Clinton's daughter, Bill Clinton's daughter, you know what I'm saying, got let go, you know what I'm saying, for all the drug possessions that she had. Wasn't she in rehab? I'm just asking a question. I'm not making that claim. I'm just asking a question.
Right.
So, St. Paul police rarely execute no-knock warrants. Slide drop down. Locke was not a target of the investigation. Locke, who was not a target of the investigation, was sleeping in the apartment of relatives when a Minneapolis police SWAT team burst in shortly before 7 a.m. They burst in. Come on now. They burst in, right? Video from the officer's body cam showed police quietly unlocking the apartment door with a key before rushing inside yelling, "Search warrant!" What? God, what do you expect? What do you expect, man? Like, I don't know what neighborhood he was living in. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the brother wasn't in the best neighborhood. And there may have been a slew of crime, you know what I'm saying, that have occurred. Right?
What you mean, man?
They were saying that Amir Locke, you know what I'm saying, was sleeping and he had a gun underneath the sheets. So when they burst in, you know what I'm saying, he jumped up with a gun. That's what they're claiming. That's what they said.
That's why I'm asking if you've seen the video.
Lie.
It's not in the video.
Right.
Yeah. I don't even know about what they're talking about.
But hey, let's just say he did have a gun. You know what I'm saying? just granted, you know, for a brief moment, if we look into that area, maybe it wasn't the greatest area. Is he wrong for having a gun?
So like,
Go ahead.
we're the Republican conservatives, the NRA.
The right to bear arms, right?
Where they at? They should be protesting this.
Why? Why not?
Edomites, I hear Edomites all the time. They ain't taking my guns from me. I got guns in my house in case somebody breaks into my house.
Right.
That was a breaking and entry.
You damn right.
I mean, no, they stole a key from somewhere. How the hell they get a key?
That's a great question.
And this goes to the question. I don't want to take too much time, but the cowardness of the Edomites. Like, the white man is such a coward. You know what I'm saying? He's such a coward. He's so weak that they disgustingly weak. Like, god damn. The whole concept of a no-knock warrant, that just sound weak. Just knock on the goddamn door. Bang on the door like you the police. Do that. What's the point? Why y'all gotta creep into somebody's house? I guarantee the whole house was surrounded. So if you bang on the door, if the other officers are in the back or on the side or all around the house, if whoever you're looking for creeps out the window, you got him. That's the whole point. I don't understand a no-knock warrant. That sounds so cowardly for the police. You're supposed to be the toughest. You're supposed to be the brave, the honorable, the ones with valor. You disgusting, man. Like, you gotta get a key. Salaki, excuse my language. That sounds like a bitch. That sounds like a woman, like, I'm gonna catch my man and see if he got another bitch in the house.
Damn right.
So you go to the landlord. Oh yeah, I stay at such and such. I lost my key. Please, can I get a copy of the key? I lost my key. Just tax it to the rent, add it to the rent for next month. I just look, and you know, the baby in the house. Get the key. I'm gonna see if he got another bitch in here. That's how the cops operate. That's how the military operate. That's how your protect and serve operate. Yo, y'all a bunch of cowards, man. You can't knock on the door. Like, yo, we looking for, who's the person's name? The 17-year-old.
Slagia. Speed. Makai Speed.
You couldn't knock on the door and be like, we looking for Makai Speed. It's the MPD. It's the police. This all would have stopped right there. You know why? Because Amir Locke would have came to the door and be like, oh, my cousin not here. He not here. Well, we got this warrant to check. All right, come on and check. You feel what I'm saying?
Come on, bro.
Would have been no issue. Salaki.
No. The water. You know what I'm saying? So Slacky, and here's, Cap, this is one of the things that's so significant about, like you said, why did y'all have to paint that? They had to use the media. They're using the media to smear and validate this no-knock.
Right.
Because the no-knock warrant was put in place to prevent drug transactions. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we want to prevent them from getting rid of the evidence. So now what do they have to do? They have to slander, you know what I'm saying, what is this, Otis Elder? They have to slander Otis Elder. Regardless if he was doing a drug transaction or not. Well, we can't directly speak about it though, but we can indirectly. You know what they're doing? They're swaying, you know what I'm saying, the media. They're swaying, you know what I'm saying, the viewers. Of course. Oh, we need to get rid of drugs. So you know what? The NRA won't come out. Why? Because, oh, we need to get rid of drugs. You understand? We can't stand and, you know, attach ourselves to this drug trafficking. You understand? So they understand what in the media, that comment that said, the comment that was brought out saying that Otis Elder was killed because he was doing a drug transaction. he was doing a drug deal. So guess what? Now we have validity to do a no-knock warrant. Goddamn. Listen.
No, but that was the other person.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're using that to Mackay Speed. Mackay Speed's a drug dealer, basically. Mackay Speed, you know what I'm saying, set, Otis Elder up, for to get his money, you know what I'm saying, and shoot him. How much drugs is a 17-year-old pushing? You know what I'm saying? They're when we've seen all the cases, of course, though, that have happened in the history of drug dealers, of course, though, you mean to tell me you got a goddamn 17-year-old, you know what I'm saying, moving pounds? Listen, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I know any drug dealers personally or nothing like that. But I don't know, the history of drug trafficking, you know what I'm saying, where a 17-year-old was given the ability to just, here you go. Take these pounds, you know what I'm saying, and push it. Take these pounds, you know what I'm saying, and spread it. You see, I've never known that. But in this particular case, a mere speed must be a drug pen for them to go get a no-knock warrant. That's the reasons, that's the history of no-knock warrants. That is why. Amid nation protests in response to the police killing of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, where there were extensive calls to end no-knock warrants, critics argue that no-knock warrants are prone to lead to deadly use of force by police. Goddamn. If that is the history of no-knock warrants, though, why do we continue issuing no-knock warrants? Don't you have, you know what I'm saying, a crime scene investigation, right? You have a CSI team, right? You mean to tell me you can't go, y'all can get, they will find a single damn hair. A single hair. In a, what those type of a fur carpet? You would find a single strand of hair in a fur carpet. Oh yeah, we found this one strand of hair, you know what I'm saying, on this fur carpet here. You mean to tell me that you can't find, the drugs that may have been flushed down the toilet? How much time does it require to flush, you know what I'm saying, that type of drugs? Don't you get the blueprint of the buildings? Like, where are your goddamn analysts, man? Where are your analysts, you know what I'm saying, that says, well, here's the access to the vents, here's the access, to the ceiling. Here are the possible scenarios in which that, okay, wait for it when suddenly Amir, you know what I'm saying, Amir Locke is now a drug dealer. Wait for it, you know what I'm saying? Come on now. Right. This isn't his place of residence. The place of residence, goddamn, he had access. So Amir Locke was a criminal. And in the article it says Speed's brother, right? It says Speed's brother and his girlfriend were in the 7th floor apartment where Locke was shot. So, come on now. Officer sees clothing that police believe Speed used wearing on the night Elder was shot. The gun belonging to Locke and there you go. And marijuana. I found an ounce of marijuana. Cap, I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it firsthand where police, you know what I'm saying, would take evidence. I can't go into details. But I've seen it where police, you know what I'm saying, have taken evidence. It's like,
if you wanted to, you could, right?
They would go in and say things like, they would go and say, oh, yeah, this is related to drugs. Goddamn, this single die? This single die right here is related to drugs?
Oh, yeah.
Come on now. Like, what the hell?
Right.
Police have done it. And they would, oh man, he's in charge of the drug king ring, you know what I'm saying, for all of, you know what I'm saying, the area. Why? Because you found a single die. I can't go into any more details. Sloppy. But I've seen how, you know what I'm saying, they would, paint that picture. That no-knock warrant, It's gonna be justified now. That's how they will adjust. They will attempt to justify it. They got a gun that belonged to Locke and marijuana. It obviously the marijuana belonged to Locke. Why? Because it was his place, right? It was his apartment. So they were valid in a no-knock warrant. But we've never seen the police, you know what I'm saying, plant evidence before. We've never seen, you know what I'm saying, the police, you know, do any type of corruption before. We've never seen these things, right? Didn't the brother just get released, you know what I'm saying, for doing almost damn near 50 years in prison?
Yeah.
Damn near 50 years in prison, though, but he's innocent the entire time. God damn. Where is your CSIs at? You know what I'm saying? Where are your analysts? Y'all go and graduate from goddamn Harvard, don't you? You graduate from Princeton. You graduate from Yale. You got CSI, you know what I'm saying? That, come on, don't give me that nonsense that you don't have the technology. God.
Anthony, it's like Anthony Broadwater.
Bro, say the name again?
Broadwater. Anthony Broadwater. 1981.
I can't say nothing else about that.
Incarcerated for rape. The woman went ahead, the Edomite woman went ahead and wrote books about it.
Mm. So,
and he wasn't the guy.
She got rich.
Money off. Yeah.
She got
became
rich.
Or New York Times.
God, she got rich off of another. Does that not sound like this society? Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty? I don't know. Is it some of that proceeds? Doesn't that brother owe? Isn't that he owed some of those proceeds? You know what I'm saying? His entire, what career does he have? He's a career what? Criminal? Whoa. Wasn't he proven not guilty? What opportunities was he robbed of? Life. Say that again?
Life.
He was robbed of life. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Of course they want to change this now. You get that. They moving my place, you know what I'm saying, on the street. Where was I just at? Here it goes. In a search of an apartment on the 14th floor where Speed lived, his mother, officers seized a hat that police suspect Speed was wearing when Elder was shot. Slack here. I mean, maybe I'm just not understanding this, right? Maybe I'm getting the articles mixed up. I'm misplacing things. It's like, go.
What?
Makai Speed. So they go into the 7th floor apartment, right? And they shoot Amir Locke. And then they go to the 14th floor. What happened on the 14th floor? In search of an apartment on the 14th floor where Speed lived with his mother.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
They murdered this brother and then went upstairs?
Slakia. It says,
damn.
It says in search of an apartment on the 14th floor where Speed lived with his mother.
So they 14 floors.
7th floor difference. Locke, who's on the 7th floor. Speed, who lives on the 14th floor. Locke, who lives on the 7th floor. They did a no-knock warrant for the 7th floor. Speed, who lives on the 14th floor with his mother.
So they didn't go there first. They didn't go to his house first. They went to Locke's house first?
Slide, yeah.
They murdered the brother and then went upstairs?
They did a third search on the 14th floor as well. According to what this article is reading and stating, in the search of an apartment on the 14th floor, spelling error clearly, but on the 14th floor where Speed lived with his mother, officers seized a hat that the police suspect Speed was wearing when Elder was shot. So they're clearly painting the picture that Speed was there for the shooting death.
But they making it sound worse for them. Because the 14th floor was the apartment that you should have went to. There's no excuse for this brother to be murdered, man. There's no justification at all.
It goes on to say that
I don't understand that. They didn't go to his house first. They went to his cousin's house first.
the way that they're spelling it out, sir. It says the search of a third apartment, which clearly indicates that the third apartment, as in the last one, so most likely they went to 7th floor first. It makes sense in that aspect. At least that's how they're presenting it. That's the type of picture that they're presenting. Right? The search of a third apartment also on the 14th floor and associated with a friend of Speed's turn up a large amount of marijuana. So, Cap, shall we go back here to...
But what's the point of it's an arrest warrant?
They want to tie to drugs.
I understand that. But you're a loser. Like, we found a hat. Let's say that this cat is how they painting the picture to be. That he just crazy, deranged murderer at the age of 17. That y'all need the SWAT teams for no-knock warrants to go to multiple apartments. Let's just say that. You're an extreme loser. You murdered a guy. Not the guy you're looking for, you murdered him. You found a hat, and you found a big bag of weed. You guys are some goddamn losers. You're pathetic. When all he had to take was a knock on his mother's door.
It's like...
God damn. So you saying that their excuse is because of the flight of stairs?
Like
we stopped at the 7th floor?
It's like, but wait, there's more. It's like it. So it says a large amount of marijuana. Police began looking for Speed on January 24th, right? This here. They began looking for him on January 24th and found him Sunday in Winona. Arresting officers seized a loaded firearm, and police said Speed was wearing a jacket that they believe he had on when Elder was shot. So, according to what we're reading right now, they found him Saturday, right? Oh, they found him Sunday. Police began looking for Speed on January 24th and found him Sunday in Winona. Am I confused in this timeline? Am I off in this timeline right here? I mean, first off, January 24th was not Sunday, by the way. It was the 23rd. So there's some inaccuracies or there's discrepancies here. But they said they found him Sunday in Winona. Arresting officers see they loaded firearms, and police said Speed was wearing a jacket that they believe he had on when Elder was shot. Speed, who turns 8. Didn't I just talk about, you know what I'm saying, his sister who was underage? Mm-hmm. Here it goes. Speed, who turns 18 in a month, declined to speak with investigators. The charges did not elaborate on what led him to Winona. It's like nearly 120 miles south of Minneapolis. 2 hours south. 2 hours south of Minneapolis. Or how long he had been there. At the time of Elvis' killing, court records show Speed was on supervised probation in Hennepin County for shooting a teenager in the leg outside a Brooklyn Park gates in September of 2020.
That's
So,
in Minnesota.
So Hennepin County District Judge Sharon Alaskanai placed Speed on extended juvenile jurisdiction, a form of blended sentencing typically reserved for violent juvenile offenses, in exchange for Speed's pleading guilty to felony second-degree assault with a deadly weapon. Alaskanai stayed a 3-year adult prison sentence. Speed spent at least 6 months at West Central Regional Juvenile Center in Moorhead, where he was required to participate in trauma therapy and undergo psychological assessment. Records show how he was released to his mother on electronic home monitoring with furloughs for schools in October 2021. I mean, can you explain this to me? Can you explain, what's going on here? What's happening? I mean, he had a monitoring device on, right? So, what are you going to say? The location in which that oldest elder was killed showed that he was in that same area? That's what I suspect, right? Why? I have to understand. I'm having difficulty understanding that if he had a monitoring device, how the hell did you not know where he was at? Why did you have to, go searching? The monitoring device, shows clearly your position, doesn't it? I mean, it's so sophisticated today that you can find out that I just went to the bathroom. They can say, oh yeah, Dawam's in the bathroom. We know exactly where he's at. Make it make sense. By all means. Salaki, sir, you want to say something?
I'm checking to see how this might work. Salaki. So, does it say which police department did the...
The no knock?
Yeah.
Salaki, let me
Was
jump.
it St. Louis or Minneapolis?
It says the MPD would not have agreed to execute the search in its jurisdiction otherwise, according to a law enforcement source who spoke on the condition of anonymity. So in this case,
It was St. Paul.
right, St. Paul did a no knock.
Okay. For them to get their no-knock warrant,
They should have notified Minneapolis police.
and they should have notified the parole board. You say he has he got an ankle monitor on.
God.
No.
God.
So they looking for a murderer, and they don't contact the parole when he has a monitor on. That is bugged out. So he got a monitor on, and they're not. Wow.
It says
These Edomites are bloodthirsty. They just want to go murder somebody. You can't say nothing else. They are looking for blood. How do you not? That doesn't make any sense. There's no, yo, when you get the file, when the police department gets the file on who they're looking for, when they get the signed by the judge for the warrant, they get this file of his criminal record. And if he's on parole or probation, if he's being monitored, all of that goes right in the file. And everyone on that team that goes in to break through that door, they get that same file. it's going to say he's being monitored. Contact such and such. All they had to do was call.
It's like it says right here. It says records show he was released to his mother on electronic home monitoring.
But they found him 2 hours away.
120 miles away. What kind? And they like it's not making sense to me. I mean, it is not making sense to me. It's a lot here. I mean, about 3 months later, police says Speed shot Elder. 3 months after he was released, he shot Elder. They say police says that he shot Elder.
Okay.
That little boy stole my brother's life. Elder's younger sister, and it goes in there on that. He said the St. Paul's investigator called the Elder family Tuesday morning to inform them of the arrest. She said Speed didn't appear to know Elder before the shooting. A policeman spokesman declined to confirm, to comment further or say whether suspects remain at large, citing the active investigation. Oh, as most of you knew him, absolutely loved these streets of St. Paul. Elder's cousin, April Fleming, eulogized at the funeral last month. It's gut-wrenching to know that the same streets took him away from us. And that kills the article. But it's absolutely absurd. It makes no sense. The order of operations, the order of conducting yourselves, it's not here. It's like the scripture says it do well to communicate with one another, right? That's what the scripture says, though. You have police agencies who are not communicating with one another, though. Why is that? What is the purpose of that? The lack of order and structure, creates chaos. This society that we have joined ourselves, Proverbs chapter 30, it's like, Schlage, actually, I think that was, is that the same precept I'm going to? What the brother was asking? Proverbs 30, is it 23? No, it's like it. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. It says, Proverbs 11, verse 21, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of righteous shall be delivered. Listen, we can join ourselves, to our oppressors all we want. You understand? We can sit here and go out, march, protest, and however you want to look at it, however you want to do it, of course, though. But that is not going to stop us from getting stop us from receiving the punishment, not receiving whatever, the Most High has for us. You understand? Like, that's not going to prevent it. You want to join yourself, to your oppressors? You want to go down, to Egypt and ask for help. That's how no knock warrants, started in first. We got to get these drug dealers off the streets. Oh, you guys got to do something. No knock warrants. No knock warrants. All right, Slagia, real quick, let me grab this precept, that the brother was asking for. Let me see if